I am so grateful to have all of you here. Welcome to Quiet the Self-Doubt Monster. This is something that is incredibly important. It is something that we all experience all the time. But the fact that you're here makes you a brave warrior. So be proud of that. Be proud of that. Okay. First and foremost, what I would love for you to do is tell us who you are. Type in the chat, give us your name and what's bringing you joy today. Now, this is a question that I ask all the time. Because when we say things like, how are you? We're actually going to go fine, or busy, which isn't a feeling, or many, many, many other things. It's not going to be real. We're often told to talk about our roles. It's not going to be real. We talk about where we're sitting in this world, which, while that's important, what do we get from that? There's only so much, but what's bringing you joy? What's actually bringing you joy today? So that is the first thing I would love to hear from all of you. So say hey and tell us what is bringing you joy. Shanela, being able to participate in this. Oh, that's amazing. And you taking time for you is a gift. Your time is the greatest gift you can give. Catherine walked her daughter to school through the woods. Ah, all the senses of that. Amazing. Becca in Mexico and the beach. Amazing. Oh, Steph, being here, being in the moment, being present. It's powerful. Angelique in the sunshine. Marika. Proud of you kids. I'm coming in on time. Great job. Michelle, great call with a dear friend. Oh, it just fills your cup, right? Sarah, oh, your daughter. Oh, honestly, I saw her in the beginning and I just thought that's such a win. I think one of the funny things about these videos and what we noticed, and I record a podcast too. My podcast is called Through Inspired Eyes. People will say, oh, my dog's barking. I'm like, what's your dog's name? This is our life. We should be excited about it. Karen, the morning cappuccino. Thank you, hubby. Oh, and hugs. Yay. I love it. Oh, that's phenomenal. Well, I realize I have not introduced myself to you. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Jackie Roby. I am founder and CEO of Inspired Journey Consulting. Here's so many things about me that you're probably not interested in reading. This is what people are always looking for. But what do you do? What do you do? Well, I'm a mindset coach. I use positive intelligence and quantum human design to support my clients. And I prioritize mental and emotional wellness. That's where the joy lives for me. And I do that because I have lived in deep, deep depression. I have lived in paranoia. I've lived in states of PTSD and high anxiety. And I've watched others go through that pain. And it sucks. So why can't we make life easier? So while that title is what most people find to be important, what I find is that I have over 20 years as a student of healing. I do this work every single day. It does not stop. And we all want a quick fix. We do. We want to take a pill. We want to get a hack, but it takes time. And that's just kind of the process. One thing you might not know about me is I love quotes. I love them. They inspire me. So you're going to see a lot of that. So Brene Brown, many of us know and love, has done so many studies on vulnerability. And she said, only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. And I thought about that here because even admitting that we doubt ourselves is vulnerable, because we are taught and praised for showing up like, we can do this, we can do anything. Yeah, we can do anything. And sometimes it doesn't feel that way. So admitting that makes you extraordinary. People are scared. So it takes courage to even say, I'm not 150% right now. It takes courage. So today, you're going to learn a mindfulness tool where you can catch that self-doubt monster in action, because it's always going. We're going to do a quick overview on the concept of what positive intelligence is. I'll teach you ways to retrain your brain to be kinder to yourself, because you deserve that. And again, we are going to drill home the power of vulnerability, because it is a beautiful thing that will set you free. When we have pain avoidance, that's when the trouble comes. And it manifests in our lives in ways that we don't want. So we have to face it, and we can find new, better ways to face it. When I think back on my childhood, there isn't a moment where I remember not having self-doubt. Not a moment. I wasn't good at sports. Every time I tried one, I was terrified I would fail and embarrass myself. I was smart, but I remember raising my hand in class and asking a question and everyone laughing like I should have known the answer. So then I became terrified to ever raise my hand again. Sitting in the back seat of the carpool car next to my crush, Danny, when I was 4 years old, and looking down at my thighs and seeing how they spread out when you sit. It's normal, right? That's kind of gravity, what happens. But I didn't think that. I thought it was me. I thought it was my size. And so then from then on, I would always focus on elevating my legs so that my thighs didn't look like that. It's immensely painful. And it takes a lot of undoing. It starts so young, and it's just built on year after year in new ways. Our mind takes in 40 million pieces of information each second. But we're actually only capable of processing 40 of those. So in order to do that, we categorize. Think of it like a hotel setting. Different uniforms for different departments, name tags for all employees. It makes the guest experience easier. Well, our brain is doing the same thing. So it is basing it, though, on things that we've seen, things that we've heard, things that we've experienced. And then it builds these neural pathways. And now that's the road we go to. It's the immediate exit, right? Like when you move houses, but you still keep driving to the old one. It's that same repetitive thing that's happening in your brain. It's nonstop. Now, Shirzad Chamine has done an extensive amount of research around positive intelligence, around this concept that's now come together. And it is looking at the parts of our brain and how it's all been developed and how we started from those early days being mean to us. He says, most feelings of stress, anxiety, frustration, disappointment, regret, and guilt are the direct results of judging yourself, others, situations, or outcomes. So positive intelligence works on rewiring that. We are living in this survival space, but on the other side is actually a place to really thrive. So when we're younger, no matter the kind of childhood we had, the judge starts to develop. And initially, the judge comes in to protect you. You might have heard this like trauma strategy, right? And impacting your core wounds. It's kind of similar in that way, but again, doesn't necessarily have to be big T trauma. It could be little T trauma. It could be anything. And all of a sudden, this judge comes in to protect you. So for example, in my home, my parents, we needed to be perfect. It actually was not a goal or an option. It was a requirement. I was shy. When I looked down at my feet, my dad squeezed my hand, yanked my arm, yelled at me, talked to me sternly about embarrassing him. So I became a people pleaser. And I would beat myself up if I did anything else. Nobody's going to like you. Right? If you say this, everything will fall apart. That's what I needed to do. But as I got older, as we get older, those old stories, they're not serving us anymore. They're only hurting us. So we need to do the work in order to let go of them. So this activity I want you to do is actually something that maybe you could even be mindful of for the remainder of this call. I would challenge you to take it on for 24 hours. Think about the negative things that you're saying to yourself. How are you judging yourself? And you know when the judge is there because it doesn't feel good. You're not cheering yourself on. It's the kind of things you wouldn't say to somebody you love. But we say them to ourselves because we're so used to saying them. But when you do this, it can be painful. So the last thing in the world I want is for you to say, "Oh, great. Now I just feel horrible about myself." Not the plan. So, under positive intelligence, what you do is you look for reps, ways to be mindful in order to build up that strength in your brain. Now, what I have here is this QR code, and this is a gift to you. When we have gifts, there's somewhat of a process, right? You have to, number one, be open to receiving it. And number two, you have to make the effort of opening it. So this is here for you to scan on your phone and get for yourself a 5-minute mental wellness guide. And the very first tip is around retraining your brain in 1 minute. Do I recommend more? 150%. But we got to start somewhere. Okay? We have to build up the strength. And we have to remember that we're worthy of the time to do that. And all of that doubt in your head can make you question that. So what I want all of you to do right now is have your hands up like this, okay? And what I want you to do is take the fingertips from one hand and gently rub it on the fingertips and palm of the other hand. I want you to feel all of the sensations. You're thinking, clear your mind, let the thought go, and come back and just feel. In that short amount of time, it takes just 10 seconds to do 1 rep. And that can shift you out of that doubt, that negativity, that judging. Just a little move in that direction. It's about coming back to our senses. The founder of Positive Intelligence, Shirzad Chamine, says you can't confront an enemy that you aren't sure is your enemy. This judge and additional saboteurs that we develop throughout the years, they make us think that they're doing good for us. I mentioned being a people pleaser and having to be perfect, so I am a hyperachiever. Well, it's good that I'm a hyperachiever. I get things done. And it's nice. Everybody likes me. People like me. It's good. Yeah, those are strengths. But when they're used so often and used in a way like against you, it becomes harmful. I can still be all of those things without burning out, without being terrified to be authentic. So we have to think about that. We have to be open and willing to look at the monster and recognize it before we can do anything about it. Now, if you didn't get the 5-minute mental wellness guide before, the QR code is here for you again. So we talked about all the information that's coming your way. We talked about how it started early on, but how we can create change. And we can create change because of the neuroplasticity in your brain. Imagine you've got this default mode network, and that's there. And it's the place where the majority of your inner dialogue sits. And it lives close to the amygdala. Now, is everyone familiar with fight or flight? But what about the less familiar freeze? That's the one I typically live in. So the amygdala is where fight, flight, freeze lives. So now you've got the moderator of your life hanging out next to the panic button all day. That is enough to want to just put your head under the covers and be done. It's just hurting you. So let's create some change. So your challenge right now, I'm going to have you start typing in the chat too. I want you to write down 10 things you love about yourself. And while you do that, I am going to share a little story that will hopefully inspire you. I just wrapped up a fantastic group coaching program, and one of my clients in there, when we first brought this into the group, she said, I love that I'm a good friend. At least I try to be one. I think I am one. If you heard, we lacked a little bit of that oomph in loving yourself. The doubt was there. But by the following week, she had written another 15 things and come in confidently to talk about them. This works. Yes, you have to. It's immensely painful. It is so easy for us to say, but these are all the things that I do wrong, or these are the things I don't do good enough. What do you love? You do some amazing things. You are a superhero in so many ways. I love that you all took time out of your day to be present. I love how brave you are. I love how much you care. You love that you care about others. Amazing. Yes. Looking. Eyes. These are beautiful. Keep loving and keep supporting each other. That doesn't have to stop. And there's something that's really powerful that happens when you put it out into the world too, because you kind of become, number one, a little bit more accountable for that love. You have a bit more of confidence about it. When you write it, it supports your brain seeing it and believing it. When you say it to yourself in the mirror, which I also have my clients do, there's this power of hearing your own voice say those amazing things. Because you deserve it, and you're not used to hearing it, and you're certainly not used to saying it. And if you are hearing it, you're likely not used to receiving it fully. You're used to butting in and giving an excuse, saying some reason why you're not those things, or bouncing a compliment back, because that seems a lot easier than just taking it in and saying, thank you. We do this because we're so used to not doing it. The brilliant Louise Hay said, remember, you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. So try approving of yourself and see what happens. And wouldn't that be liberating? This next exercise, I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath in, hold, and a deep breath out. Keep your eyes closed, keep breathing, and just feel. Do you think you're worthy of your biggest dreams? The really big ones. And just hearing that question, how does that question make you feel? Do you think you're worthy of your biggest dreams? And are you living them right now? Take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold for 4. And breathe out. Share in the chat how you felt. It's terrifying, but remember, there's power in vulnerability. Now, I want you to remember the pure magnificence that is you. That is the work that I do. I get you back to remembering that. Look at this kid. This little one, she didn't have self-doubt. She was damn cute. She wanted to be a model. That's how she thought models posed. She's freaking adorable. She used to do these dance shows with her older sister who coordinated them for her. They were amazing. And she thought every time, people are going to want to see this. They're going to love this. Every time. There was never a doubt that somebody would want to watch the show. So when I think back and I don't remember not having self-doubt, I can look at her and know, yeah, that's not true. We got this. She grew to be 5 foot. But we got this. Can you tap into that essence that is you, that beauty and power and wonder that is you, that walks around in joy, in their brilliance? So what's the point? You've learned a few tips. Cool. Now what? It goes back to the hot stove question. If your hand's burning on a hot stove, would you keep it there? Why live in pain? It seems silly. And for all the cliches in the world, there are many that are there for a reason, like the hardest way is through. So that's why we always need support. Support is huge. And there's practice. And there's time. You just need time. Because when you tap into who you truly are, that base wonder, that essence, that model, that whole bit, you're never going to want to go back. You live in a space of brilliance. You're empowered. You set boundaries. You take care of you. You love yourself so fully that there is no such thing as settling. Lisa May Alcott said, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." And that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to face the most terrible things and know you're going to be okay. Because deep down, you got this. You know, you got this. Let's shrink the monster. You deserve that. I have a 12-week group coaching program called Quiet the Self-Doubt Monster. We're just keeping the name because that monster needs to go. But the thing is, the important thing, and why it says quiet and not silence or disregard or get rid of, is it doesn't go away. But it does get quieter when we do the work. It includes so much. We do 3 weeks on of group integration calls and then 1 week off so that you have that time to kind of let it all sink in. And we do that for 12 weeks. You get 3 private coaching sessions, a 10-minute recorded human design reading. We look at igniting your dreams, really bringing them to life. There's all ways to support you, and you're in a space of like-minded people who really want to see, hear, and feel you. The members of my last group, the unanimous statement was, I was terrified to come on this call, but now it's the one thing that I really look forward to all week. And thank you for creating a space that normalizes being vulnerable. I want to share that right now, about 4 weeks ago, I had something really traumatic happen in my life. And I am currently in the height of PTSD. And yet, because of the work, I am honestly very legitimately calm as a cucumber right now. And if I wasn't, I would admit it because I'm incapable of lying. I've taken the quiz, and honesty is like my second highest strength and value as a person. So it works. It's just a matter of doing the work and committing it to yourself. I want to leave you with my quote that will one day be searchable on the internet. It takes an enormous amount of strength to ask for help. You're never going to regret it once you do. You deserve it.